And here's the key. Hiring people with differing abilities is not altruism. It's not charity. It's good business.
And a special thank you to our sponsor for this episode, Oswego Private Wealth Management. Welcome to the $4 Million Strategy Podcast. This is Carl J. Cox. Today, we're trying to find out great strategies and tips that you could apply to your business today. Very excited to have with us John and Mark Cronin of John's Crazy Socks. We're going to share a good story today about how to think differently, perhaps, about your hiring practices and how you're getting talent. John and Mark's going to share their story of how they've been able to help grow their business.
Well, we hear, as we travel the country for speaking engagements, we hear all the time from other employers, I can't find enough workers. And at the same time, we have this great untapped resource, and it's people with disabilities, or we'll call differing abilities. Only 1 in 5 people with the disability are employed in this country. That's awful. And here's the key. Hiring people with differing abilities is not altruism. It's not charity. It's good business. So we run a pick and pack warehouse. We're on Long Island outside New York City. We listen to others. Oh, we can't fill our jobs. We're paying overtime. We're not keeping up on orders. We have no trouble filling all of our jobs. More than half of our colleagues have a differing ability. And don't for a second think that we dumb down our standards. We do same-day shipping. Our error rate is less than 0.2 of 1%. We do better shipping than Amazon and Jeff Bezos. He's not like John. He's not putting thank you notes and candy in every package.
Right.
That gives us a competitive advantage. And I could tell you about a lot of other firms that do the same. You know, what we've found, we've drawn from 3 different labor pools, filling our warehouse, people with different abilities, moms, because we schedule in 4-hour shifts. So you can put your kid on the bus in the morning, pick your kid up in the afternoon. There are some dads in there. And general laborers who want a starting salary of $16.50 an hour. By far, the best labor pool are people with different abilities. They want to be here. They never miss work. They care about what they're doing. They're enthusiastic. They're on board. But not just us. I had mentioned to you, Carl, you know, there's this small business out in Redmond, Washington. You've heard of them, Microsoft. And they're in fierce competition to hire programmers and technical staff. Well, they pick their heads up one day and say, how come we're not hiring people on the autism spectrum? Well, that answer is too easy. Because that person may not shake you, give you a firm handshake, or look you in the eye. And they're pretty smart people at Microsoft. They figure out, what the hell does having a firm handshake have to do with writing good code? So they now hire lots of people on the autism spectrum. And it gives them a competitive advantage over others.
That I think this, once again, it's a great story of how, if, you know, ironically, thinking of their competitor, thinking differently, right? You know, that Apple talks about is thinking differently with our labor force. And there are different ways. And, you know, John and Mark have proven that it can be done by thinking differently about your processes, about your people, about who can make a difference. And you just said it, your standards, your excellence is at the top of the charts for anybody else who's doing your business. I applaud you for what you're doing. And if you could just share quickly with the audience, how much money have you given so far for charitable causes?
$800,000. We start by pledging 5% of our earnings to
Pick.
But we also create products that celebrate causes, raise awareness, and raise money for those causes like Down syndrome and autism and cerebral palsy. And that's something our customers share in.
John and Mark, thank you so much for being a part of $4 Million Strategy Podcast.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you.
So, and to whoever else is listening, I hope you've enjoyed the story. I get the opportunity to interview people frequently, and this has been a very inspiring story for me. And just, if you've liked it as well, I encourage you to subscribe, share the story about others, what they're doing with John's Crazy Socks and making a difference in the world. Thank you so much, and have a great day.